Hello, I'm Christian from CNC Productions. This is my review of Wrestlemania 33. This is going to be a very serious video because not only was there a lot of stuff that happened in this Mania that will make it be memorable throughout the years, but also one moment in particular, which I'll get to at the very end of the show. So basically to just go through the entire show, basically what happened and everything. It started off with the Cruiserweight match, Austin Aries versus Neville. This was a very good match in my opinion. This had a lot of back and forth action between Neville and Aries, opening WrestleMania. Even though it was a kickoff show, they still opened WrestleMania. They did pretty good storytelling with the orbital socket of Austin Aries because it was damaged by Shinsuke Nakamura in the fall of 2016. Neville used that to his advantage, and Neville winning. That was one prediction that I got right, the first prediction I got right. So I was very happy to see Neville retain the title on Mania. Plus it would be too soon if Austin Aries won because he just debuted like almost a month ago, so it doesn't really make any sense for him to win the title. So next we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which everyone was expecting either Samoa Joe to be in the match. Everyone was expecting maybe Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman to win. But they had Rob Gronkowski. I'm sorry if I messed that name up in any way. He is a New England Patriot and he was in the crowd supporting Mojo Rawley. He ended up getting involved later on in the match, helping Mojo Rawley win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That was shocking for me because I was watching the pay-per-view with my mom and she loves the Patriots, so she was very happy to see Rob Gronkowski. And like, even though it's Mojo Rawley who won the Battle Royal, still they are most likely going to push Mojo at some point. So I guess this is a little tease of like what could happen in the future with Mojo Rawley. Next we had Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. Dean pretty much, like, this was a match that was basically like set up for Corbin to win. I was assuming Corbin would have walked away with the victory with the championship. It being a year after he debuted and went into Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year. But I guess they're keeping the win until maybe, I think, Extreme Rules is the next WWE like SmackDown brand exclusive pay-per-view. I don't know. I just know Payback's going to be the next pay-per-view. So Dean Ambrose retained the title. I'm assuming they're going to save Baron Corbin to win the title for the next pay-per-view. Now we have the main show, which started with Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. I wasn't expecting this match to be too much. Maybe like one spot with Shane McMahon with an elbow dive to the table and then AJ Styles win. But this was actually a pretty good back and forth match. Dean Ambrose and Shane McMahon brought the best out of each other. Shane did pretty good. Shane looked better in this match than he did a year ago against The Undertaker. And Shane did some pretty good stuff. He did the coast to coast to AJ. He stopped a like coast to coast thing from AJ Styles midair with the trash can. Shane even attempted a shooting star press and miss. That was the most incredible part in the match. AJ Styles eventually defeated Shane McMahon with the phenomenal forearm, like everyone expected. If AJ Styles would have lost at WrestleMania against Shane McMahon, that would have been a pretty bad opener, to be honest. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. First of all, this match should have been for the Universal title, but Vince McMahon decided, oh, let's just put the title on Goldberg and have Goldberg and Lesnar. At least they were in last, so happy about that. But I'll get to that in a little bit. So basically this match was pretty good. Chris Jericho coming off as a huge baby face. Him having the countdown on the screen, which we haven't seen in a long time. We haven't seen that since like, I think almost when he came back, and we haven't seen that since then. Him having the inflatable list and all that stuff, the light up scarf. This was pretty much like, it was an entrance that kind of made people think that Chris Jericho was going to win and retain the title, but of course, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, they had one of the best matches of the night. Not the best match of the night, that'll be in a little bit, but this match was good throughout. Chris Jericho with the walls of Jericho and all that stuff. Kevin Owens doing a swanton and Chris Jericho like countering it with the knees to the back. You also had Kevin Owens with Chris Jericho in the Walls of Jericho. That was an amazing spot. But ultimately, Chris Jericho lost, and Kevin Owens won the United States Championship, which I almost kind of saw it coming, but I was kind of expecting Chris Jericho to hold on to the championship for a while, but at least until like he leaves to go on tour and he just relinquishes the title. I do think that this could lead to Jericho versus Owens, maybe at Payback, maybe in a last man standing match or a no holds barred match. That would be interesting. Jericho could get the win there and go off into the sunset, but we don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Next, we had the women's title match, the Raw women's title match, the Fatal 4-Way elimination match between Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, and Nia. This was a relatively short match, and it's basically what everyone thought would be. Everyone attacking Nia, then Charlotte doing her normal moonsault. This was a pretty decent match. Bayley obviously retained the title. I was really surprised that Bayley and Sasha were not the last two. Everyone was expecting Sasha to turn heel, and she didn't, which was surprising, but I'm glad that Bayley held on to the championship. I'm really hoping she defeats whoever she defeats at Payback, and the title stays with Bayley at least until SummerSlam, because the title's been jumping around a lot. It wouldn't make sense for Bayley to get caught in the hot potatoing of the championship. So I do feel like Bayley should hold on to the championship for a while. Then we had the Raw Tag Team title match, which everyone was expecting the surprise, but no one knew for sure if it was actually going to happen. The match was going to be between Cesaro versus Gil Anderson versus Enzo and Cass. They got to the ring, and then the New Day came out. They were like, this match is now a fatal 4-way tag team ladder match. Who was going to be this mystery team? And out came the Hardys. Everyone was speculating about this on the internet ever since they announced that the Raw Tag Team title match was going to be a ladder match. And I remember seeing a post, I think it was during the AJ Shane McMahon match. Apparently there was a vehicle with a WWE official in it pulling up to the hotel that Jeff and Matt were staying in. Jeff and Matt came out. I'm assuming they're keeping the broken gimmicks because WWE mentioned things are about to be broken. They didn't censor the delete chants. And if any of you follow WWE on Snapchat, I do, they had a little video, a 10-second video, which they mentioned obsolete and delete, which is their signature catchphrases in the whole broken universe. So I am very excited to see the Hardys back. I was completely blown away. I did not think that they were gonna come back and win the titles. If they came back, I wasn't expecting them to at least win the titles. I was hoping Gallows and Anderson would have retained and then maybe lose them to the Hardys the next month. But it's amazing how the Hardys are finally back, and they back in WWE after being away for a few years. And then this is most likely going to be their last run, so I'm excited to see what happens between the tag division on Raw. Next, we had John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. This was a relatively short match, but for what it was pretty good. Miz and John Cena having their normal match, Maurice and Nikki Bella having their normal brawling. It was really well built up. This was a pretty decent match, not too fantastic, but I thought this was a pretty good match. Afterwards, John Cena cut a promo about how when Nikki was going to go through surgery, when she was all loopy, John Cena asked her if he asked her if he can marry her, she would say yes, and she said yes, but she was loopy, so she doesn't remember. And then John Cena came out with a ring, got on one knee, said to Nikki Bella, "I want you to say it again." And he asked her to marry him. She said yes. So officially, Nikki and John Cena are engaged, which everyone was expecting. Everyone has been predicting this since the match between The Miz and Maurice and John Cena and Nikki Bella was announced. So this match so this is fantastic. Congratulations to John Cena and Nikki Bella. I really hope that they have a nice future together, getting married. I hope they eventually have kids and all that stuff. It would just be fantastic. Next, we had Triple H and Seth Rollins. This was another great match. This was, for what the build-up has been going. Seth Rollins was the Kingslayer, came out in an amazing amazing like costume, the Kingslayer costume. He looked like $1 million. Seth Rollins looked like he absolutely needed to have this match. I was really surprised that neither Finn Balor or Samoa Joe really came out and attacked Triple H or Seth Rollins in this match. I was really surprised that they didn't go that route, but what can you expect? This match was pretty good, up and down. Triple H, being the cerebral assassin as he is, he attacked Seth Rollins, attacking the knee, the leg, and whatever. Seth Rollins came back, had a huge babyface offense. Seth Rollins absolutely deserved this win. In the ending of the match, Seth Rollins caused Triple H to bump into Stephanie on the apron through a table. That was amazing. And then Seth Rollins defeated Triple H, and the king was slain, and Seth Rollins finally gets his redemption after being lifted around by the Authority over the last few months. And I'm really happy that Seth Rollins was able to get this victory. Next, we had Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. This was another match that was relatively built up fine. This match had some pretty good psychology going on, in-ring psychology between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt, when he did like his spider walk and whatever, it showed like the ring with like maggots and a projector thing from the top. That was spot on. I was not expecting that in any way. That was really incredible. Kind of played off the fact about the whole Sister Abigail thing and what they've been pushing on SmackDown over the last few weeks. This was an amazing match. I enjoyed it. And Randy Orton defeated Bray Wyatt, becoming another WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm actually surprised that they allowed Orton to have the win. I was hoping Bray Wyatt could retain the title, but I don't know who the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion might be. I think AJ Styles might try to bounce back into getting the title, since John Cena will not be around on SmackDown over the next few months. So we could definitely see that being the case. Next, we had the final match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. This match, hold on, let me see if I can pull up the time thing, because I actually used the stopwatch thing. You see there, it's 4 minutes and 47 seconds. That was how long it took that match to fully go through. This match was the match that everyone was expecting at Survivor Series. Goldberg having maybe 1 or 2 spears. Brock Lesnar taking Goldberg to Suplex City. This was incredible. I enjoyed watching this because everyone, like, Brock Lesnar needed this win, and I'm glad that Brock Lesnar was able to get this win over Goldberg. What does this mean for Brock Lesnar now? Because he's the Universal Champion. There's a lot of ways this could go. You have Seth Rollins go for Brock Lesnar. You could have Finn Balor, maybe Samoa Joe, maybe off the biggest win of his life, Roman Reigns could. Honestly, we don't know. We don't know who will attack and go for the Universal title against Brock Lesnar. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Next, we had, surprisingly, I was really surprised that they had this match later on in the show, but it was the SmackDown Live Women's Six-Pack Challenge. Alexa Bliss versus Naomi versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella versus Mickie James versus Natalya. Each women had their own respective costume designs. Naomi coming out in the normal Feel the Glow thing that she normally does. Alexa Bliss coming out with the Riddler designed costume. That was incredible. I really enjoyed that. Becky Lynch coming out in a I don't know what exactly that costume was. I think it was like an Irish warrior type thing. I don't know. And Mickie James coming out as like an Indian tribeswoman, and that was pretty cool. So this match in total was a really short match. I think this match was like 5 minutes. I think this was like 5 minutes long, I don't know. But like everyone was expecting, because it's Orlando, Naomi won the title. Everyone was expecting it. I really thought that Naomi was going to win the title. I'm really happy that Naomi won. Congratulations. The last match here, the most important match, which was Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. This match was just basically a squash. in a way, it was kind of a squash. Roman Reigns getting the upper hand on the dead man on multiple occasions. Roman Reigns doing the back and forth between the ropes for a spear. 1, 2, 3. The Undertaker is now 23-2 at WrestleMania. The Undertaker, after the match, like once he cut to the replay, he was back up in his jacket, his gloves, his hat. He was soaking all in. The fans at the Citrus Bowl just saying thank you, Taker, and everything. Undertaker eventually took off his hat, his gloves, his jacket, put them on the floor. Then he exited out. He went up to his real-life wife, Michelle McCool, gave her a kiss. So that, for me, seeing that was definitely a sign that it's over. So the Undertaker walked up, did the arm raise like he normally does. The platform went down. The Undertaker went down with the screen and everything. And the whole arena went black, had 3 gongs, fade to black. That was an amazing send-off for The Undertaker. You know, The Undertaker has been in this company for way more than 25 years. He spent 25 years, 25 matches at WrestleMania, 2 of them he lost against Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. The Undertaker has done so much for the wrestling industry. He is still, to this day, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, and I will always appreciate being able to watch The Undertaker in his prime, facing against some of the best wrestlers in the industry. I know this is pretty much the end of an era. Essentially, The Undertaker is retired, and who knows what will happen next year at WrestleMania. And is Roman Reigns a heel? Will they mention if Roman Reigns is a heel or not? We don't know yet. We're just going to wait until tonight for Monday Night Raw to see if Roman Reigns is finally a heel or is he still going to remain a babyface. But before I go, I just want to say thank you to The Undertaker for spending 25 plus years entertaining fans around the world through the Golden Era, the New Generation Era, the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, and to now. I just want to say thank you, Undertaker, for being one of my idols in pro wrestling over the last 13 years of me being a wrestling fan. And I just want to say thank you, Taker. I'm Christian Chicino from CNC Productions, and I'll see you guys next time.